students, welcome back to our own channel. Today we are going to study the reactions of haloalkane. In last lecture we studied about what are haloalkanes. So when halogen is attached to an alkyl group, it becomes haloalkane. And we have studied about the preparation of haloalkane. Now we are going to form different substances by reacting these haloalkane. So these are the products that we will get by the reactions of haloalkane. First is alcohol, that is ROH. जब आपका हाइड्रोक्सी ग्रुप अल्काइल ग्रुप से अटैच होगा वी विल गेट एन अल्कोहल. ईथर दैट इज ROR. जब आपका ऑक्सीजन व्हेन इट इज अटैच टू अल्काइल और एराइल ग्रुप्स इट बिकम्स ईथर. देन ईस्टर, इट इज कार्बोनिल ग्रुप अटैच टू alkyl group. Then we have amine. Amine looks like this, RNH2. Alkyl cyanide, it is RCN. Isocyanide, it is just the opposite of it, RNC. Alkyl nitrite, it is RON double bond O. And nitroalkane, it is RNO2. So now what we are going to do with the help of these haloalkane, we are going to prepare all these products. So first we are going to form alcohol. For that we will take alkyl halide over here, that is haloalkane, and we will react it with sodium hydroxide and we will heat it. So what we will get is this R will get combined with this hydroxy group OH, we will get ROH, and the remaining part, that is NaX, sodium halide, will be formed as a byproduct. Now we are going to take one example over here. CH3Cl, that is our chloromethane. When it reacts with sodium hydroxide and when it is heated, it forms CH3OH, that is your methanol, plus remaining we will get NaCl, that is sodium chloride. So if you have to write the statement of this reaction, you will write when chloromethane is heated with sodium hydroxide, the products formed are methanol and sodium chloride. So now here alcohol is formed. Now we are going to prepare ether. For that we will take haloalkane and we will react it with sodium alkoxide. Here we will take any alkyl group. So it will become sodium alkoxide. And now we are going to heat it. Now what will happen? This R will get attached to OR and it will form ester over here. And the remaining part NaX will be formed as a byproduct. Now student, we will take an example to understand it better. We will take ethyl bromide. And what we are going to do is, we are going to react with sodium methoxide. Here I have taken methyl group, so it becomes sodium methoxide. So when we react it, when we heat it, this ethyl group gets combined to this OCH3 methoxy group. So here, wait, I'll tell you what is formed. Ethyl methyl ether is formed. And a byproduct NaBr is also formed. So what will be your statement? When ethyl bromide is heated with sodium methoxide, we get ethyl methyl as a product and sodium bromide, ethyl methyl ether as a product and sodium bromide as a byproduct. So this was the formation of ether. Now we are going to form ester. So for ester we have to take haloalkane and we have to react it or heat it with silver salt of carboxylic acid. Ag is silver and this is the salt of carboxylic acid. So when we heat it with this compound, what will happen over here? This RC double bond O, this part will get combined to the alkyl group R and the remaining AgX will be formed as a byproduct. Silver halide will be forming. It will form, actually it will be a precipitate. So now we will take one example to understand it. We will take methyl chloride and we will react with silver salt of acetate. Since I have taken 2 carbon over here, it will become acetate. Okay, and we'll heat it. Now what will happen over here, students? O is missing. Okay, so this part will get combined with CH3. So here I have drawn it. And this is called as ester. You don't have to name it because in your syllabus we don't have ester. So it will be and the remaining, that is silver chloride, it will be formed as a precipitate. Okay, so now we have formed ester. Now we are going to move on another topic. Now we are going to form amine. So for the formation of amine, we have to react our alkyl halide with ammonia, NH3. under some pressure, and what will happen over here, NH2 will get combined with this R, it will form amine, and one H is remaining over here, it will get combined to X. So it will be there will be the formation of hydrogen halide. So we will react methyl chloride with ammonia, will heat it under some pressure. Now what is going to happen over here, this CH3 methyl group will get combined to NH2, and what it will form, it will form methanamine. So you have to write the name of these compound because amine is there in your syllabus. So what you will write, methanamine. Next student, one H is remaining over here and there is Cl, so it will become hydrochloride, hydrochloric acid. So here we have formed amine. If you want to write the statement, what you will write, when methyl chloride reacts with ammonia and under some pressure, it will form methanamine and hydrochloric acid. We have to form alkyl cyanide, that is RCN. For that we will take alkyl halide and we will heat it with KCN, that is potassium cyanide. Now what will happen over here, this R will get combined to the CN part and the remaining KX will be formed as a byproduct. So we will take one example over here, CH3Br, and now we are going to heat it with potassium cyanide. So when this reaction takes place, the CH3 get combined with CN. So what will form over here, methyl cyanide or cynomethane, okay, and byproduct will be formed KBr. Now what I have to do, now I have to form isocyanide. So the only change over here is that instead of potassium cyanide you have to take silver cyanide, and when we take silver cyanide there will be formation of an isocyanide, that is NC, not CN, and AgX will be formed as a byproduct. It is a precipitate. So let's do an example over here, CH3CH2Br, that is ethyl bromide, and now I am heating it with silver cyanide. So when this reaction takes place, the ethyl group will combine with this CN and it will form isocyanide. So you have to show a triple bond over here, plus AgBr will also get formed, it will be a precipitate. So now this was the formation of isocyanide. Now student, we are going to form alkyl nitride. So for the formation of alkyl nitride, we have to take potassium nitride. So now there is one change over here, that R will get combined to this ONO part and KX will form as a byproduct. So now we are going to get alkyl nitride plus KX. So we'll do an example over here, CH3I, methyl iodide or iodomethane. So when it reacts with potassium nitride, what you will get, the CH3 will get combined to this ONO, it will form methyl nitride, plus Ki, that is potassium iodide, is formed as a byproduct. So if you have to write the statement, what you will write, when iodomethane reacts with potassium nitride, it forms methyl nitride, methyl nitride and potassium iodide. Now what I have to form? I have to form nitroalkane. It is the same process. The only change over here is that instead of potassium nitride, you have to take silver nitride. Okay. So the same process is there. Just you have to replace this K with Ag. Now when we react Rx, that is alkyl halide, with silver nitride, what will happen? This R will get combined to this and there will be formation of RNO2, that is nitroalkane. And AgX will be formed as a byproduct. Again, this is a precipitate. Now we are going to take example of methyl chloride and silver nitrite. We will get CH3NO2, that is nitromethane, plus AgCl, that is a precipitate silver chloride. We have some more reactions of haloalkane. So there is one reaction, elimination reaction, and this reaction is also called as dehydrohalogenation. So in this reaction, what we are going to do is, we have to remove one hydrogen and one halogen from the given organic compound. Dehydrohalogenation means the removal of hydrogen and halogen. So here I have taken one alkyl halide, and what I have to do is, we have to react with it, heat it in presence of alcoholic potassium hydroxide. Now what will happen over here, this potassium will get combined to this halogen, KX will be formed, and this OH will get combined to this H and it will form H2O. So now there is removal of one hydrogen and one halogen, and now the resulting compound that will be formed is alkene. So student, remember halogen and hydrogen will be removed from different carbon. Yeah, you don't have to remove the hydrogen and halogen from the same carbon. So now it will result into the formation of alkene. Now students, we are going to do the reaction. We will do one example. We will take one simple example of I'll show you CH3 CH2 Cl. Now you can guess the name, right? It is ethyl chloride. We are going to heat it in presence of alcoholic KOH. Now you know what we have to do is we have to remove this Cl with K. It will form potassium chloride, and OH will get combined to one of these H. It will form H2O. Now the resulting compound will be CH2. Here CH2, and there will be a double bond. Now this becomes ethene. So when ethyl chloride reacts with, is heated with alcoholic KOH, it will result in the formation of ethene. So you can also prepare alkenes from these alkyl halide, and this reaction is known as dehydrohalogenation. Now by this reaction, students, we are going to understand one of the important rule, that is Sedzeff rule. So you have studied about Markovnikov rule earlier. So Sedzeff rule is something like that only. So we'll understand. First we'll read this sentence or the statement, and then we will understand it with one of the example. In dehydrohalogenation, the reaction that we did earlier, the preferred product is that alkene which has greater number of alkyl groups attached to doubly bonded carbon atoms. I know you guys did not have understand now, so we'll take one example so you can understand it better. Now what we have to do is we have to take one compound. Now I have taken over here 2-bromobutane. Now we have to do this reaction, dehydrohalogenation. So what will happen in this reaction? You have to remove one halogen and one hydrogen. Now student, by this reaction we will get two compounds over here. I'll show you how we will get two compounds. So when you will react, this halogen is getting removed from this carbon, and now you have two options. Both of these are alpha carbons, right? So now you can remove hydrogen from this carbon also and this carbon also. So first what we will do is we will remove hydrogen from this carbon. Now what will be the resultant compound? Let us see. It will become CH2 will become CH, and there will be a double bond CH and CH3. Okay, and now there's removal of I'll write over here minus HBr. Okay, so this one is one of the product. Now we will form another product. In this reaction now H will be removed from this carbon. Okay, so now the resultant compound will be CH3 CH2 CH and a double bond and CH2. Now let us name them. So here it is butane, right? But there is a double bond on the second carbon, so we will write but2ene, right? And now over here there is a double bond on the first carbon, so it will be butene. So now according to Sedzeff rule, it states that the preferred product is that alkene which has greater number of alkyl groups attached to the double bonded carbon atom. So let us look at the double bonded carbon atom. So these two are the double bonded carbon atom. Now we can see over here there are two alkyl groups attached to each carbon, right? Now here let us look at this compound. In this compound, the doubly bonded carbon atom is further attached to only one alkyl group, right? It is attached to only one alkyl group, and this one is attached to this. So overall it is only one alkyl group, right? So the preferred product will be this one, which has more number of alkyl groups. So this is major product and this is minor product. या फिर इसको अगर ईजी समझना है तो ईजी से समझते हैं एकदम, कि जब भी आप मेजर प्रोडक्ट बनाना चाह रहे हो, अपने पेपर में जब बनाओगे तो आपको दोनों प्रोडक्ट्स लिखने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, आपको सिर्फ मेजर वाला ही लिखना है. तो क्या करो, जो आपका हैलोजन है वो तो आप सिंपल कार्बन से निकाल दोगे, बट आपको H ऐसे कार्बन से निकालना है जिसके पास ऑलरेडी H की कमी हो. जो आपका कंसेप्ट होता है रिच गेट्स रिचर, पुअर गेट्स पुअरर. तो ये जो बेचारा यहाँ पे पहले से ही पुअर था, इसके पास सिर्फ 2 हाइड्रोजन थे, तो इसमें से ही हम लोग H निकाल लेंगे. तो फिर जो भी आपका कंपाउंड बनेगा उसी को हम बोलेंगे मेजर प्रोडक्ट. सेड्जेफ रूल क्या बोलता है कि जब डिहाइड्रोहैलोजनेशन करोगे तो एक तो हैलोजन निकालो और हाइड्रोजन ऐसे कार्बन से निकालो जिसके पास हाइड्रोजन की पहले से ही कमी हो, जिसके पास कम हाइड्रोजन हो. सो दिस इज सेड्जेफ रूल. थैंक यू स्टूडेंट्स. Two more reactions of haloalkane that are remaining. First is the reaction with metals, and then there is Wurtz reaction. So now students, what will happen over here? See, we have to take one alkyl halide, haloalkane, and we have to react it with magnesium in presence of dry ether. So there is formation of Grignard reagent. Okay, you know RMGX is Grignard reagent. Now again you have to take this Grignard reagent and you have to react it with methanol. Okay, so what will happen over here? This R will get combined to H, RH, and this MgX will combine to this methoxy group OCH3. I'll show you one example so you can understand it better. So you have to take methyl chloride and then you have to react it with Mg, that is magnesium, in presence of dry ether. Now what will happen over here? CH3 MgCl will be formed. Okay. Now again take this Grignard reagent, react it with CH3OH. Now what will happen over here? This methyl group will get combined to H, CH4, that is methane is formed, and MgCl will be attached to this methoxy group. So it is an easy reaction, right? Now next is Wurtz reaction, which is one of the important reactions for your board exam. In Wurtz reaction, we are going to form higher alkane. So if you take one methyl group over here, you will get ethyl group. So if you take ethyl, then you will get butyl or propyl group. So okay, so we have one alkyl halide group over here, and I have reacted with sodium and one more alkyl halide. So in all we have to take 2 alkyl halide, we have to react it with 2 sodium in presence of dry ether. Now what will happen over here, students? This 2Na will get combined to these 2X and 2NaX will be getting removed, and this R gets combined to another alkyl group, and thus higher alkane is formed. Now students, we will do this reaction to understand it better. I am taking methyl chloride, 2 sodium, again methyl chloride in presence of dry ether. Now what will happen over here? This 2Na will take this 2 chlorine and it will form 2NaCl. Now students, these methyl group will get combined and it will form ethane. So here from methyl group we are getting ethane, thus we are getting higher alkane. So Wurtz reaction is very important, so do learn it by heart. And these were all the reactions of haloalkane. Total 11 reactions are there. Now there are 2 more important reactions, SN1 and SN2, that we are going to understand in the next lecture. Thank you for now.